class. Today we will be talking about the Age of Contact era and how Europeans explored America and Texas. What you need to do first is turn to page 16 of your ISN. So go ahead and get your ISN right now. Turn to page 16, and I want you to title page 16 Age of Contact Era / Forever Fact. Go ahead and do that right now, please. Just remember, you can always pause this video whenever you'd like. You can always rewind as well. Okay. So once you've titled page 16 Age of Contact Era / Forever Fact, I want you to go ahead and write the following below the title. I want you to write what you see in blue. Objective: I can identify reasons for European exploration of North America and the significance of the year 1519. By the end of this unit, you'll be able to identify why Europeans came to North America and what is so significant about the year 1519. On the next line underneath this, I want you to write this question. What motivates humans today to explore the unknown? What unknown areas are still out there today to explore? I want you to go ahead and answer this question once you've written it down, and put some thought into this, okay? Because we're trying to relate this to the Europeans and how they came to America to explore what was unknown. So what today motivates humans to explore the unknown? Right? What unknown areas are still out there today? So go ahead and write this question down and answer it as well. Okay, so underneath that, I want you to go ahead and write several European countries started exploring outside their borders. In parentheses, I want you to write down the big three. Again, we are still on page 16 of our ISN. Again, we're still on page 16 of our ISN. Okay, so the big three, what were the big three countries that started to explore outside their boundaries and eventually make their way to America? If you can take a guess before I reveal these, that'd be great. The pink one here. We're going to go ahead, by the way, and write these down once they're revealed. Okay. So, Spain. All right. This one is England. Does anybody care to take a guess which one this is? France. Okay. So Spain, England, and France. These were the big three. All right. The biggest, baddest countries that were exploring America at the time. Okay. So again, I want you to write these three countries down because it's very important that you know that these three were the main countries that we were going to be focusing on, and they were in competition with one another: Spain, England, and France. Okay, we're still on page 16. I want you to write down the 3 G's. All right, now what this is a reason why Europeans came to America, all right, and came to explore. It has to do with the 3 G's. Now, this is something you're going to hear throughout the year. You'll hear it again when you get to U.S. history. Okay, what do the 3 G's represent? All right, so go ahead and write down the 3 G's, and I want you to go ahead and write them down. They are Okay, sorry about that. The 3 G's are gold, glory, and God. We're going to talk here in a second about what those represent. What I want you to do right now is just, again, write down the 3 G's. We're still on page 16 of our ISN. I want you to write down gold, glory, and God. You don't need to make this drawing. Just write down the 3 G's. Gold, glory, and God. Once you've done that, take out a highlighter. I want you to highlight gold, glory, and God. Do this now, please. Okay. So you don't need to write anything down. We're just going to talk about this, okay? So just listen for right now. You don't have to write anything down. So what do the three G's represent? Well, gold, glory, and God. Okay, so we're just going to have a little discussion. I want you to follow along and please answer the questions as I ask them. Okay, answer them out loud. So what does gold represent? What do you think that the G, gold, represents? Again, these are reasons that Europeans are coming to America to explore. What does gold represent? If you answered money or wealth, you are correct. Okay, they came because they wanted to acquire more wealth through either gold, or this could also represent other natural resources. Okay, what are some things that could represent wealth? Okay, silver, gems, spices. All right, again, these are all natural resources that they are looking for. All right. So Europeans came to America to gain wealth. This was accomplished by collecting gold, silver, gems, and spices, as well as other natural resources. Glory. Okay. What is the space race and who is involved? So take a second, answer this question if you can. What was the space race and who was involved? Okay. So the rest of the world was involved with America. Okay, so America was competing with the rest of the world. Oops. Why did the U.S. want to be the first to land on the moon and place the American flag there? Okay, so the space race involved America and the rest of the world in who was going to be the first to get into space and the first to land on the moon. All right, this has to do with glory. Okay. We're relating this to other countries in the late 1400s and early 1500s. Again, we're focusing on the big three: France, Spain, and England. All right, and glory has to do with them wanting to be the first for their country to explore this unknown territory, this unknown world. All right, they wanted to be the first one. Okay, just like the United States wanted to be the first to land on the moon. Okay, so the answer here was to show the rest of the world that we arrived first. What was the point of putting the flag on the moon? All right, just as Spain put their flag in Texas first, to show that America is powerful. They wanted the glory, just as Spain did for themselves in the 1500s. Okay, so this is called glory. We did these things to show that America was better equipped than any other country to go into space. Again, you do it for the glory. You do it so that everybody is jealous of you, so that everybody wants to be like you, so that you can show that you are the best. Okay, and that's what the big three were trying to do. They were trying to show that they are the best, that their countries were the best. All right, and they did it for God. What do you remember about Native American religions? Take a second and think about what you've read already, what we've discussed about Native American religions. They worship many gods, such as fire, sun, rain, etc. So how do these religions differ from religions we have in the United States today? Most religions only worship one God. Why do you think Europeans felt the need to try to spread Christianity to Native Americans? Okay, and this is what we're going to focus on. So, Europeans felt that they needed to try and spread their religion, their Christianity, on these Native Americans, these people who were already occupying America. Okay, so why do you think they felt the need to do this? Because Europeans thought their religion was better than the Native Americans. Okay, and again, this has to do with God coming and spreading your religion because you think your religion is better than others. Okay. Trying to convert Native Americans. We will talk about in a later unit how Spain was converting Native Americans to Catholicism. Okay, so this is one of the reasons the missions were started in Texas, was to try to Christianize the Native Americans, or make them into Christians. Okay, so these were the three G's, just a little bit better explained. Again, gold, glory, and God. Okay, so this map right here just shows Columbus. We already know Columbus was trying to actually sail here. All right, Columbus never had a map this accurate, and he thought that he had sailed far east. In fact, he discovered a new world, North America. So whenever he sailed, he was sailing east. He thought he was actually here, but in fact, he ended up right here on the island of Hispaniola. Okay, but we already know the story. European exploration of the Americas from 1500 to 1550. Okay, so after Columbus discovered America, at the same time you had other countries who were trying to explore America as well. Again, you see the big three, England, France, and Spain, but also the Portuguese as well. Okay, so here they're all of their routes and their explorers. Okay, this just kind of shows the different routes that they took and how they got to America and when they got to America, and the different explorers. Okay, we're going to talk about De Soto. We're going to talk about Coronado, Cortez, Cabeza de Vaca. All right, we're going to really focus on this area here because it has to do with Texas. Okay, so if you look at the map, you can tell that Spain, all right, Spain was the first to arrive here in Texas. Okay. All right, so when Spain did arrive, here was their territory. All right, they claimed all of this land. So all of this land first belonged to Spain, and they named it New Spain. Okay, so we're still on page 16. All right, and what I want you to do is I want you to write on page 16, it's probably going to be towards the bottom, the year 1519, and I want you to go ahead and highlight it. All right, and then you can draw a box around it. And what I want you to do is I want you to write down two important things that happened in 1519. All right, this was a very important year, as I discussed with you a few minutes ago. Okay, 1519. So what happened in 1519? The first thing, Hernan Cortez explores America. I'm sorry. Hernan Cortez explores Mexico. So go ahead and write this down. Hernan Cortez explores Mexico. And this happened in 1519. Go ahead and highlight that. Okay, and the second thing that I want you to write down, you can put a box around it, is Pineda maps the Texas coast. Okay, so these are two important events that relate to the year 1519 that we need to be very familiar with. This is a forever fact. We will continually talk about this throughout the year. This is something that we stress. This is something that you need to know for sure. All right, especially for your test, but as we move along throughout the year, we'll be talking about this year 1519. So go ahead and write that down. 1519, you've got Hernan Cortez explores Mexico and Pineda maps the Texas coast. Okay. So on page 17, I want you to go ahead and title it Motives and Impacts. So we're going to go to go to page 17, title it Motives and Impacts. Okay, so we're going to divide page 17 into two different boxes. Okay, so you'll have motives and you'll have impacts. So you can divide it in half. All right, again, motives and impacts. All right, so within motives, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. All right, and I want you to copy it down as you see it. So motives. All right, so these are what motivated European exploration. Why did the Europeans come to America? Okay, so these are their motives, their motivations. Curiosity, go ahead and copy it down. Wealth, profit from cash, crops, lumber, fishing, okay, again, different natural resources. Okay, we talked about fame, national pride, and religion, to spread Christianity. Go ahead and copy these down, please. Okay, so on the impacts side, I want you to go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. Go ahead and copy these down as well. Okay, so what was the impact of the European countries coming to America and coming to Texas? Columbus claims the New World for Spain. Okay, so Spain was the first country to actually claim part of this New World. All right, European nations establish colonial empires. 13 English colonies are created. Enslaved Africans brought to America, and Native Americans were devastated by disease. Okay, so these were the impacts of European exploration. All right, this is what happened afterward. Okay, so this is what caused it, and this is what the effect was. Okay, so motives is a cause, impacts is the effect. So go ahead and copy these down, please. Once you are completed with the notes. Again, as always, I appreciate you taking the time to copy these notes down and listen to my voice. Please have these ready by Tuesday when you come to class. Okay? Thanks, guys. Have a good day.